Welcome, this is Bournemouth versus Manchester City at the Vitality Stadium, Premier League Matchday 3. Some say I'm slightly talented, but my real name's David. Let's get started and skip straight to the match. Manchester City's lineup, players to watch here: David Silva. As usual, nothing's changed there, even though they've brought in a whole bunch of new players. Bournemouth get things underway here. I am going to be playing this match CPU versus CPU, AI versus AI. I'm not going to step my incompetence into the match here and interfere with the result. What is going to happen? Let's see. And Bournemouth have already started out. This is looking like a physical encounter here, and the ref's going to have to probably step in right away. Yes, that's a yellow card. Stepping in straight away, Fernandinho gets his name in the book. And I don't think that the match would really start out that viciously or that aggressively, should say. This is not a derby match or anything of that sort. So, and there's Nathan Ake, the signing from Chelsea. Was here on loan last season until January, and then Chelsea recalled him not to use him very much. But now Bournemouth have forked out some money and got him into the squad, as well as his fellow teammate. Asmir Begovic, yes, the Bosnian international, the Bosnian Canadian, although he does his international football for Bosnia. And that's a good attack there for Bournemouth, but gets intercepted there by Company. And Aguero with the ball there nicely. This is Manchester City. You can imagine they're probably going to be having the majority of the possession in this match, and Bournemouth are going to try and catch them on the counter-attack. They do have some very speedy forwards in King and Defoe, but they also do have they have Jermaine Defoe now in the squad, who is a wily striker who's been around the block. He's played for many big teams and many big occasions, and he could bring some much needed experience to the team. He might start the match, or he might be brought on as a impact sub in this simulation. He is on the bench, and maybe, and that's almost a opening goal there by Silva, I think it was. Begovic just proving his money worth immediately. That's a very good strike by Silva, and a very strong hand by Begovic. Onto the corner. What can City do from this corner? That's a very poor corner, really. Straight to Begovic. It's just catching practice here for him. He had competition from Thibaut Courtois in his previous job at Chelsea. Now he's moved up back to Bournemouth, got himself a Premier League's medal, and now he's decided he wants to be first choice again. De Bruyne with a nice sliding challenge in there. Could have gone dangerously. Looked like the studs were showing. The ref didn't see that, but this is FIFA, so it was probably not that dangerous. And that's a poor cross, really. And actually poor movement there by the striker, not really attacking the ball like he should be. And now Bournemouth attacking down their right side, defending on Manchester City's left side. Danilo in today because of the injured new signing, Benjamin Mendy, and De Bruyne taking it through the middle there. Danilo on the left, playing on his opposite and his usual side, but he's almost equally adept on both sides. He's not quite as dangerous going forwards on the left than he is on the right, but he's coming from Real Madrid, where he was a second choice right back, where now he needs to show that he's worth that money that Real Madrid invested in him initially when they signed him from Porto. He's sort of stagnated. He's gone radically downhill since his time there. And that's the opening goal. And that is Gabriel Jesus getting the opening goal for Manchester City in the 33rd minute. Let's see if that happens, but that's some nice play between Manchester City, passing the ball into the back of the net. Very Arsenal-esque, but this is a Pep Guardiola side, so that is sort of where that whole football style comes from. Passing the ball into the back of the net from Barcelona. Total football, Johan Cruyff. Great goal there by Jesus. And let's get straight back to it. Bournemouth, they're really on the back foot here. This is something that they've had to face this season already. They've already lost 2 matches. The opening matches against West Brom and Brighton, if I'm not mistaken. They I could be mistaken. It was they didn't have the most difficult of matches at first for themselves. Obviously, that is quite difficult, but for a big team like Manchester City, those would be relatively easy matches, or they should be easy matches. Much like this match for Manchester City, it should be an easy match, but this is the Premier League. There are no easy matches, as we have seen and as we saw 2 seasons ago with Leicester picking up the championship. Manchester City, on the other hand, they have had a mixed run. They've had a good win against Brighton, I think. No, someone had an easy win against Brighton. No, Manchester City had an easy win against Brighton, and they had a 1-1 draw against Everton on Monday night. That was Everton is not an easy team, and that's a good chance for Fernandinho. Should actually get that one in. A bit of a weird way of attacking the ball. They're going quite low for the header. Could maybe rather have gotten the volley in there, and Pep Guardiola is rightly disillusioned with that attempt. And Begovic gets things back into play. Trying the long ball here, Bournemouth hasn't brought them much. And that is half-time. A poor half really from Bournemouth's side. They haven't really challenged Manchester City at all. Manchester City have asserted the dominance, and rightly so. On to the second half. We're back for the second half. That's Fernandinho off for Yaya Toure. Coming on for Manchester City. It looks like Pep Guardiola is not happy with the 1-0 score at halftime, and he wants to take things forward. If Yaya plays to his ability, they could run away with this. Him and De Bruyne in the middle is a very dangerous prospect, but if he becomes a slightly lackadaisical like he occasionally does, if he isn't really put to a challenge, then this could be an opportunity for Bournemouth, as they may sort of had that ability that they're playing against one fewer player. But with crosses like that, they're not going to get the second goal, Man City. And Bournemouth really should not be dribbling like that in their own half. Or in their own box, I mean. They really should not. They're already behind. They've got a fighting chance at 1-0. They don't want to get to 2-0 down. In which point, it's quite dangerous for them against Manchester City. If they have to go all out attacking, they can be picked apart. And the score could look quite embarrassing at the end of the day. So, keep things solid and try and mount the fight back. Manchester City, they need to just keep on doing what they're doing, trying to break through Bournemouth's backline, and that's poor attacking really. He had the left side there open. Now on the right it's open, and that's a very poor pass. They're not going to do anything. That has been poor from Bournemouth. Yaya Toure on the ball now. Let's see what he can do, the new sub. Aguero, Jesus is not quite... didn't quite have space. He was completely marked out there, and Aguero as well. Just 2 people on the attack was odd. And Bournemouth with that type of team play is not going to get very far. They're not going to dribble through this Man City team. They need to line up some quick passing, make some triangles, and get the ball forward quickly. There's space behind the wing backs of City, so they need to try and exploit that. But it does not look like that. They're playing compact. They have 2 strikers up front, and that is leaving them quite short-handed at the back here, so the wingers have to fall quite deep back, and then they can't attack out either. As you can see there, they're playing with the ball in their own third of the field, which is very dangerous against a team like Manchester City, especially if Silva's winning the ball from you. Not a known tackler. That's Nathan O'Kay, also proving his value immediately in the season. Kyle Walker, the record signing from Tottenham, a very expensive right back, one of the most expensive footballers in history. David Luiz at 50 million, John Stones at something like 42 million, and the forgotten man at Manchester City as well, Aliaquim Mangala. That hit the crossbar, and that could have been another one for Man City. That didn't look like a chance, but it deflected onto the crossbar. Ryan Fraser is coming on now for... I did not see who that was. Stanislas, yes. And Silva for Sane, and Walker's coming off for who these FIFA faces, you can't really make out who anyone is. Bernardo Silva, maybe, but no. What? Fernando? No, Bernardo. Yes. Now it's B Silva and D Silva on the field. Silva with the corner, and that's, pardon me, another corner. Pardon me, another corner for Manchester City. Jordan Ives coming on. I'm wondering yes, I was wondering when Defoe was going to come on, and now he's come on a bit too late if you ask me. 78th minute. Manchester City are not really tired out. The simulation is quite short. I just set it to 4 minutes and a half because we want to see if we space it out too long. I think Manchester City might run away with this, so we'll leave it at 4 minutes and a half for now, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe in future simulations I will bring it down a bit. Sané on the ball, on the field now with some intense amounts of speed, so if Bournemouth aren't careful they will get exploited on both sides with Bernardo Silva and Leroy Sané. And that is Bernardo now on the ball, and he loses it there, but doing a bit too much there against two players. He is new to the league, coming from Monaco, another very, very expensive signing, signed from Monaco, signed relatively early on in the season, before the last match was played, I think, of the previous season even. And that was just after Monaco won the French league title. A real surprise there as well. Their whole squad has almost been taken apart now. Their young star striker Mbappe is a target for PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid. And with PSG spending the amounts of money they have on Neymar now, who knows if they will also be... They will probably be willing to spend that money on Mbappe as well, but will Monaco accept that, or will they try and get the move to Real Madrid rather instead? But we will see how that goes. This is Sané now on the ball. He at least is quite noticeable on FIFA because of that giant afro. What can he do with the ball? He does quite well with it. He got the ball quite far upfield. Now it's De Bruyne. There's 2 minutes left now of the match. De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. City just need to keep the ball now. If they can get a goal, that would be great. But, oh, now they've got a golden opportunity. Oh, that was poor. What was that? What was De Bruyne even thinking there? Shooting the ball into his teammates' feet like that in the box when he could have taken a shot or passed it gently onto him in the first place. Manchester City win 1-0. They get their result. Bournemouth still haven't scored this season, according to this game. Pep Guardiola back on the winning ways, up there again, 7 points, according to this. Me personally, I think they will win the match against Bournemouth much more comfortably. 3-4-0, 3 or 4-0 or 3 or 4-1. Because Bournemouth, I think they 2 matches they haven't scored yet. They've got the League Cup match on Tuesday, but I'm recording this on Tuesday, so I don't know if they've scored in this match or not. But I do think that they are due a goal if they don't score in the League Cup, even though they should probably. But Manchester City get the points. I think it'll be 3-0, 3-1, 4-0, 4-1, around that in the match on Saturday at the Vitality Stadium. The bookies, they seem to think it'll be 2-0 with the highest with the best odds for 2-0 for Manchester City. There have been no real glimpses of anyone thinking that Bournemouth are going to get much out of this match. A draw would be good for them, whereas for City a win is a must after the Everton disappointment. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more FIFA prediction, gameplay, all that good stuff. I'm going to see you in the next one. Ciao.